Martinez forward. Here's Tyrone Mings. Forward. Luca Dean. Mings snapping it in front of Jutgla. Dean inside. Rashford looking to hold off Savvy. Can only go back to Ezri Konsa, who's just on the edge of the centre circle. A lack of urgency here. In the opening 10 minutes of the game, Villa looked like they could go on, just take total control, really. Leon Bailey's goal, statement of intent. They never really delivered and built on that good start. And now here it's a little bit worrying for them, because it's Club Brugge playing with the zest and the zip that Villa started with. Here is Leon Bailey, who's trying to inject a little bit more pace into proceedings. He's guided into a central position as it's worked across to the left-hand side. Marcus Rashford. Inside, good position picked up by Rodgers on the edge of the penalty area. Can't hold off on Yedika, who stabs it away from him, and now it's Jutgla who's going to turn and run at Tyrone Mings on the halfway line. Holds the ball up well as the Bruges number 9. And Savvy will try and float one forward. Talby chasing after it. Konsa gets across between the legs of Talby to feed Tyrone Mings. The Villa fans enjoyed that. I'm sure they've enjoyed much more as that's forward down the left-hand side, and Luca Dean has a little bit of space as he approaches the halfway line with runners in front of him and switches it across to Leon Bailey. Touch takes him wide. Across comes De Kuiper. It's done well to hold him off, Leon Bailey, and tries to go around the outside this time. Leon Bailey, De Kuiper sticking to his task really well. It's got the assistance of Solis, who'll concede the throw-in. But it's good defending from Maxim De Kuiper. He's already shown what he can do going forward. The Villa will come at them in this second half. It may take a little bit of time for them to produce something, but Bruges are confident. Villa will have their moments. Here is Ollie Watkins trying to create one. His persistence is on Yedika. Once again, just got across him with his body and made sure there was no opportunity for Ollie Watkins to win that back. There's a free kick for Club Brugge just outside their penalty area. All square, tense feeling in the Aston Villa ranks. Simon Mignolet standing over the free kick for Club Brugge in the left-back position. This one is going to be pumped downfield towards Jutgla. It's Van Aken that peels off the near side to challenge. De Kuiper nods it down and then steps in to take it off the toe of John McGinn. Good work from Solis. De Kuiper tries to return the favour. That's been intercepted by McGinn, and here comes De Kuiper again, snapping at the ankles of the Scotland international. But it's Morgan Rodgers that picks it off the toe of Yashari, but Bruges have turned it over once again, and here is Yashari, edge of the penalty area. Van Aken, time to pick his pass. He slips it. Jutgla, touch was too good. Just took all this pace off the ball, allowed Tyrone Mings to nip in. He placed it against the chest of Jutgla. It's ended up in the arms of Emi Martinez. But it's superb work initially from Joel Ordonez to read the play and nip in, not just to win it back, but to play it forward as Villa look to go down the other end. It looks like Marco Asensio has just been called back to the bench by Unai Emery. It could be it's on the verge of our first change. Onyedika trying to turn away from Rodgers, who's tugging at the Nigerian and tugging a bit too aggressively for the referee's liking. Free kick given to Club Brugge. May even well be a triple change. Marco Asensio looks like he's ready. Jacob Ramsey has got his jersey on, and Matty Cash is just having a little conversation with the manager. It looks like Villa could be ringing the changes. 3 getting ready to come all at once. As we move past the hour mark in Belgium. Disassi breaking play up on the near side. Watkins trying to drive forward. Rashford, left-hand side, shifts it onto his right, flicks one into the penalty area, too close to the goalkeeper. Mignolet gobbling it up in front of a very disappointed-looking Ollie Watkins. I think there's going to be a fourth change added as well. Kamara has just emerged from the bench, looking ready to get on. An hour played. And that seems to be quite the statement from the Aston Villa manager. Mekila across to Ordonez. Onyedika tries the crossfield ball towards Solis. Disassi underneath it. Cushion down the touchline. Bailey collects and starts to drive forward. Disassi bursting past Yashari. Holding the ball up in the final third. Still going, Disassi. It's good work from the defender. He's lost the ball. He wanted to throw in. Never went out of play, and Yashari could just mop things up again for Bruges. De Kuiper clips it up to Jutgla. Can't take it down. He ran into Tielemans. McGinn shifted to Tyrone Mings, left of centre. Mings to Luca Dean. Do our best to keep track of all these changes as they come, as here Tyrone Mings will just put his foot on the ball before turning it all the way back to Martinez. Here's Esri Konsa. Tielemans. Right hand side for Disassi. Now Bailey spins away. Yashari bounces off of him. Leon Bailey held up by Van Aken. Bailey will keep going and try and unleash one from long distance. Can only float it left-footed over the crossbar. And here come the changes for Aston Villa. Leon Bailey wanders away. First change, Rashford withdrawn. Marco Asensio, a fellow January recruit, comes on in his place. Looks like John McGinn is going to come off as well. Leon Bailey wandering off to be replaced by Kamara. Matty Cash for Axel Disassi. Jacob Ramsey replacing John McGinn. So off Rashford, Disassi, McGinn and Bailey. On comes Asensio, Cash, Ramsey and Boubacar Kamara. Four changes at once from Unai Emery. Goal kick taken short, left-hand side with De Kuiper, forward down the left-hand side, and here comes Yashari bursting away from Ramsey, tracking him down this left flank. Yashari holding up Kamara. He's held him off really well, Yashari. It's back to him, off of Konsa, edge of the box is Solis, shifted onto his right. Solis with the effort. That's off of Yuri Tielemans, and De Kuiper's got his body across to prevent Morgan Rogers from chasing after that. Mekila forward, Onyedika turns wide. Here's De Kuiper. Back to Onyedika. Yashari. Mekila to the right hand side. Ordonez forward. Van Aken back to Mekila. Worked across to Onyedika on the left hand side. As Villa trying to stay organised. Cash now on the right hand side of this back four for Villa. Konsa and Mings still the two centre halves. Luca Dean on the left. It's Rogers pressing on Onyedika, who can get one forward, and it's a nice ball into midfield. And Talby turned away from Ramsey. The referee will just wander across and have a little word to the substitute. Watkins still through the middle, with Rodgers now further wide on the right. Asensio operating a bit closer to Ollie Watkins, with Tielemans partnering Kamara in midfield. And Ramsey on the left-hand side of that four. Bruges have it though with Van Aken. And now Yeshari on the left. Back into their own half of the pitch with Mekila. Worked across to Ordonez. Turned back by the Ecuadorian. Inside to Mekila. Now Yeshari with time and space. Down the left flank for De Kuyper. Stabbed back to the Swiss international. Van Aken finds Yeshari. Mekila across. Ordonez to Mekila. Villa will now step up. It's with Simon Mignolet on the edge of his penalty area. Marco Asensio is about 10 yards away from him. And now Ollie Watkins started to rush towards the Bruges goalkeeper at the ball. It's planted onto the head of Matty Cash, who nods it forward down the touchline as Rodgers dispossessed by Yeshari. It's been really impressive, the Swiss international. Mekila. Ordonez forward, flung towards his attackers downfield. It was Solis this time, but Mings cushioned it down. Kamara. Dean, and then back again to Tyrone Mings into the centre circle. Morgan Rodgers. Asensio. Work to the left. Here's Ramsey. Running at Sabi. Pulls it back for Asensio. Pushed away by Mignolet. Cash on the follow-up. Rifled over the bar from a tight angle, but very close in. It was Marco Asensio who just wandered into the penalty area. Catches it really well, and Matty Cash is just underneath it. He's tried to lash it towards goal, and maybe the better idea is to try and lay it back into the penalty area where Villa had bodies waiting for the pullback again. Villa's best chance of this second half, and well, we're almost at the 70-minute mark now, but the changes, all four of them, in some way played their part in that opportunity for Aston Villa. But can Bruges produce one of their own with Solis across the face of goal toward the back post? Van Aken! Somehow that bounces wide. Van Aken pleading with the referee for a corner kick. I think that took a touch off Tyrone Mings. It's sensational from Solis. Left-footed, just rifled right along the 6-yard line. Van Aken plants his header down. Oh, it's beautiful defending from Tyrone Mings. It's absolutely sensational. That's headed towards the bottom corner, and that's just flicked off the shin pad. Enough of a deviation on the ball from the Aston Villa centre half to turn that round the far post. He's absolutely dug Aston Villa out of a hole. That's stunning. Stunning work from Tyrone Mings. Wonderful attacking football from Solis, and Van Aken matched by, well, maybe even bettered by the defensive commitment of Tyrone Mings to get back on the line and do whatever he could. It's awkward. It looks painful. He's twisting his body in all kinds of different ways. But somehow, just the faintest of touches from the Aston Villa defender